Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Let's continue the game. So we're wandering around looking for some item that we need, which is, I suppose, just further that way. Whichever way that he points is the way knows he needs to go. We got a couple of musically inclined people. I think you'd mostly hurt yourself in this experience if you didn't try to interact with everybody. So, and I'm taking the approach, use the little kid first. Is he really playing or is he just making noise and the old man's being nice? Well, I think he was mostly making noise. The older brother is awful at it, so I guess. So, there is something, I guess, about this. When you have two characters that can both interact with things, you could do a decent job about injecting a significant amount of character into people. Last time we saw that the younger brother loved cats and the cats loved him. The older brother wasn't as good with them. If uh, there's probably a decent, well, a lot more than I would think, uh, non-verbal communication you can do here. Here's the drunk. Let's talk to him. Well, the drunk just gives the little boy alcohol. Guy has only one shoe on. Hmm. So this guy doesn't know anything. Hmm. Hmm. Here's a nice little pond. Is there anything I can do in the pond? It seems to be standing out a little too much for it to be nothing. But it seems like it's nothing. Camera control is taken from us. Oh, that's a nasty dog. Are we not dog people? So here the trick is pretty obvious what we're doing. The dog can't reach up to any high places. So we can just distract him. What I like about this puzzle in particular is that there's no real violence in this. You're trying to avoid a natural violence of this dog being maybe overly aggressive and doing it in a very non-violent way. Hmm. Also, it's a decent thought of how they placed hay bales and something else. I don't know if these are giant barrels or what. Uh, with some kind of cloth over them. Could I have gotten caught? And could the dog have hurt me? Maybe. Let's see if we stand right here and confuse him. We're supposed to be on a journey finding some medicine for our father, though. Notice the slide here is a checkpoint. A decent, actually rather smart way to checkpoint in games.
Yeah.
Instead of having you always check behind waterfalls, instead of having you have to click a button or open a door, it instead is just a matter of you slide down a pathway, and then it becomes somewhat obvious that you're not going to ever go back that direction. Although we probably will come back to this direction at some far distant point in the future. Can he hop? Well, if he can hop, he can jump. But there's a fish down there. I don't want to not interact with the fish. Give me that fish. I don't think I can grab that fish, but I can play in the water. Camera's wildly turning in circles here. Come on, kid, climb up. Jump at the same time, why don't we? Now you can notice at the top right there's a checkpoint save that's happening quite a lot now. I think we've actually gotten into the meat of the game. A lot less interacting with unimportant things, a lot more just attempting to progress. Here's an argument that probably is part of the problem with the double stick controls, is you need the right stick, which is the younger boy, to always be on the right, and the left stick to always be on the left, or you're going to potentially jump up in such a way. Oops. Well, apparently they don't take fall damage. So maybe they both could have made it up at the same time. Maybe they couldn't have. It's a lot of button presses to have to push two right triggers potentially at the same time, and two control sticks. Whichever character I'm actually looking at is probably getting more centered on the screen, and the other one's kind of wandering away. Free the bird? Was that something? Here, we could sit here. Get another picturesque vista. Picture of a vista, maybe? Maybe that's a better way to say it. So, who's going in the wheel and who's going with the pigs? I guess I'll send him with the pigs. Oh, those are sheep. So, what am I supposed to be doing? I have to hold the guy. I think I need to switch this around. Let's put the kid, the younger brother, in here and see if this guy grabs the sheep. Yes, he can carry sheep. Sheep carried. Problem solved. That's one down, one to go. Three to go. Sheep are stuffed with wool, they'll be fine. They're too heavy to carry. Sheep moved. So I'm way over there. So can I now put a sheep in this thing and have the gate down? Did I need all four of them? Nope. I didn't. Well, before I go up there, let's go up here and talk to this guy. Yeah. Why are you raking your roof? Is this what you had to do with straw roofs? You gonna jump on his roof? Kick it all up? Ah. This boy has a danger of going from being precocious to downright just obnoxious. So we had these bunnies. He can the older brother will shoe a bunny, and he'll pick up a bunny by his ears. Put them down in the fire, make them all black, and now all the bunnies want to play with them. Hey, there was a good deed for the day. Charcoal. So that was probably an achievement right there. Nothing else special about that, it seems. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an achievement for freeing all the birds or whistling at all the birds, and if there was an achievement for doing that, I wouldn't be surprised if I even miss a few. Again, though, spending time to program that new checkpoint instead of writing dialogue for this game, having them actually say actual words when they talk instead of a fake language. I just don't buy into the fake language thought. I don't think that makes for something better, something where we could... There's the dog down there still running around. In our own minds, in our own imagination, write a better story. Certainly, if we were given something to work off of, I could write a better story to almost any story, at least in my own opinion. But that doesn't excuse real writers to give us their vision. And we've run into a troll. A crying troll. Well, he's crying, so let's see if we can help him out. Look at that giant beds. They just lived there. Well, somebody built that for them, so obviously he's a peaceful troll. And there's a giant table and a giant pot. He's just saying hi. Obviously the troll's peaceful if they're gonna let him be that close to the rest of society. We've barely walked, I would guess, a quarter of a mile at most. What interactions do we have? I really wish we could jump on the bed. That would be something I'd like to do. Notice they both did the same thing there. Where's the troll going? Oh, he's gonna lift me up and throw me high. Well, I guess I had to do that since there was nothing else I could do. I thought we were gonna talk to him. Maybe try and solve some problems for him. Nice mountain. Take it all in. This certainly is one of those games where if you don't take it all in, you're going to regret it later. You can definitely feel that. So, hold on with this guy. And then once the little brother is out of the way, I can hold on with this guy. Let me crawl around. It is worth pointing out, though, in this scene, we are now sort of controlling 3 different characters. We are interacting, at least, with the help of an extra character on top of... Oops. Well, I guess the story didn't go where the younger brother let go and died. So that didn't happen. Nobody saw that. No, you died screen. Maybe there's a counter somewhere. It may have been a trick there too, since one of those boards falls off. That only by the younger brother getting going first would you survive. Otherwise, the older brother, if the older brother went first, it would break, and then the younger brother would fall to his death. That's a possibility. Kinda don't think it's necessary that there was a death option there. It would have been a lot easier and better if they simply didn't allow me to let go. That was definitely my fingers getting a little tired of holding the triggers down. This isn't a game that's going to drastically strain my fingers, but the way you're pushing the controllers, that holding them down in some places is a little too long. Typically in most games you pull the triggers, you don't hold them down for more than a couple seconds at most. Let's see. Let's get this guy over here. Get this guy over here. I can imagine you would play this game a little worse, or you could play it a lot worse if you had to mentally just take a moment to ensure that you were definitely in the right place with each character. So like right now I'm moving both characters by pushing both sticks. If you couldn't get your mind around that, which I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few players that couldn't, it would be twice as much work to get up that ladder. You'd have to have one go and then the other go, and then one go, then the other go, then one go, then the other go. Fortunately, I'm not that bad. Where are we going here, though? Am I stuck? Hmm. I think I may be stuck. Wow. I can't move.
Hey, Naya! Hey, Naya!
Hey, Nai! Hey, Nai! Hey, Nai! Hey, Nai!
Hmm. They're saying they won't go until they're back together. Restart checkpoint. Hopefully the checkpoint's not really far away. No, it isn't. Good.
Whoa!
This is why checkpoints were invented, not to assist the player, to assist the game developers uh, when there's a bug. Simply got stuck behind the troll and they didn't program a solution to that where you would squeeze around the troll, or the back side of the troll was at that point not actually something that you would have to bump into, so you could just walk through his backside, and or it would, really, if they just moved the rock
Hey, Nai!
placement, that would have worked kind of well too. Split the rock there. Figured why not. Already. So we don't know why the troll was crying. And he's certainly doing a lot to help us. What's he gonna get out of the bargain, I wonder? Maybe he's gonna eat us. That's a little specious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. So we have to help our brother with the somewhat understandable pathological fear of swimming.
Naya!
Since their mother drowned in front of him. Maybe the mother didn't know how to swim. What were either one of them doing in a boat, though, if they didn't know how to swim? Well, one about being in the boat is, hey, you may end up in the water. Here we go. Maybe I should have talked to the troll before I left. So, that was weird because we effectively went to, when we jumped down, that was a new area. When we walk through this section, we're in a new area. So we're doubling up on new areas really close to each other. What's this? Shaking his boots off?
Da.
I guess these little red rocks aren't anything. What about this glowing rock that looks like it's got a faulty shader on it? Maybe it's a light source. That seems strange too. Alright, so we know he can't squeeze through. He's too big. So here we go. Unlock the gate. New checkpoint system. Can't climb up this. Can't climb up this. There's a lack of freedom in the gameplay here. Definitely only able to do the things the game wants me to. Can't climb over rails or anything like that. And so now we're in some kind of dwarven mine, is what I would call it. Now I recently did play Lego Lord of the Rings and Shadow of Mordor, and that did a little bit influence my choice in playing this game. I've needed to play this game for a while. It's newer and has a reason to be played, just because it's a decent game. But I figured I'd try to go down the fantasy path one more time. So we've got trolls and all this, but this game of course has no real connection to Shadow of Mordor. It automatically jumped off there. Yeah, it has no connection to Shadow Mordor or Lord of the Rings. It's just that same fantasy things that are pretty typical. It's probably a mistake to fill your channel for a month with all fantasy things. That probably really irritates people who don't like fantasy. We've lost the need here to press buttons to jump and to press triggers to control. Uh, Oddly. Now I'm just moving forward and they're automatically jumping. So it's like they're learning. That would be a cool idea for a concept in a video game. Is as you play, the kids learn, and as they learn, they don't need to do the instructions anymore. Particularly with everything being an interaction, that makes some sense. So this looks like it needs a big old log in the middle of it to stop. And so I bet there's a big old log somewhere come up over here. Can't push anything. Ah, there is a log. It's a puzzle. It's a little bit of a puzzle. So the fireflies here are pointing us in the right direction. He can't carry that alone. He can't carry this alone. It's not actually a log, it's a pipe. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work that way. Let's go this way. Unless the pipe actually does fit and work in some strange fashion. This could be an actually rather difficult maneuverability puzzle. It's moving a couch, the video game. That's what it is. Personally, I'm not a fan of walking backwards. I have a tendency to trip and fall over even forwards, let alone walking backwards while carrying something. Of course, we don't know what this gear does, so why are we stopping it? Who knows? Video games, that's the answer. Ah, it stopped the paddle. And see, if we had walked over here, we would have known that. So, a lot less interactions here with little things. I think now that we're out of the city, it's going to be all just about getting place to place. Here we go down this way. What's this thing gonna do? Push, and then decide a path, I guess, and then push. And then push this way. Here we go. Bridge made. So I imagine we're not going to get to where we're supposed to be until the end of the game as far as finding the medicine for our father. We've been going another 30 minutes, so that's where we end. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.